Welcome to A Peek at Parenting. Quick tips to help you bring out the best in yourself and your kids. Today I want to talk about giving a genuine apology as a parent and modeling that for our kids. In another video I'll talk about why forcing our kids to say sorry isn't really an effective strategy, but for today what I want to give you is some idea of what a genuine apology can really look like. So that we can use that with our kids and help them to feel what it's like to be on that side of receiving a genuine apology. This is important because our kids learn a lot more from what we do than what we say. And I think it's also a really great thing for us to remember that even though we're the parents, we make mistakes, and it's good for us to apologize for them. So I want to give you 5 things that you want to avoid, the don'ts of giving a genuine apology. But before I do, I want to ask you to notice my body language, my facial expression, my change of voice, because they really do have a big effect on what it's like when we're giving these apologies. I also want to ask you to try to pretend that it's you I'm apologizing to. Think about how it feels when I say what I say. So, on the list of don'ts, the things that we want to avoid, I have 5 things that I want to share with you today. The first one is to butt out, okay? Keep that word but out of there if you can help it. An example of using this might be where we say, I shouldn't have yelled at you, but I'm so tired. Or, I shouldn't have yelled at you, but you're making me so mad. You see how the but weakens the apology? The other thing we don't want to do, if we can help it, is we don't want to blame other people. So we might say to our child, I'm sorry I threw away your toy. If you didn't leave your stuff lying all around here, this never would have happened. The third and fourth thing I like to tie together. They don't always come together, but that's where you martyr yourself, or you decide that you're somehow faulty as a person for making a mistake, and you shift your apology onto you as the bad person. And then the fourth part is where you give a promise that is very, very hard for you to keep, if not impossible. So an example of this might be, I'm so sorry that I was late picking you up. I am a bad, bad mommy. I will never, ever do this again, I promise. Can you see how that might set you up for failure? And then the final piece is when we demand that our kids forgive us. I apologize to you. Now you need to forgive me. Forgiveness really doesn't work that way, does it? So now let's talk about the things that you can do to actually give a genuine apology. There's 4 things that I like to keep in mind. The first one is to be honest. The second one is to keep it short. The third one is to be sincere. And the final one, if you must, is to give suggestions rather than demands. The be sincere and be honest sound an awful lot alike, so I just want to point out that sincerity is when we give an apology and really mean it. So a lot of that will come through in your voice and in your body, your facial expressions and your body language. Okay? So using those same examples that we just had, let's see how they sound when we're giving a genuine apology. I shouldn't have yelled at you, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry I threw away your toy. I was angry and I behaved poorly. I am so disappointed in myself for being late picking you up. In the future, I will try very hard to be here on time. And then finally, with the forgiveness piece, okay, rather than forcing them or demanding that they forgive us, we might say something like, I understand if you're not ready to forgive me. I just wanted you to know how sorry I am, and I hope at some point you'll be able to. So these are examples of things that we do to give a genuine apology. And the more we practice them, the more our kids can pick up on them and feel what it's like to be on the end of a real, genuine apology. I hope that you notice that as well, that there's quite a difference depending on when I'm blaming other people or excusing and the voice that I use. I'm Debbie Pokornik, and this has been a peek at parenting.